Hey guys, first of all, congratulations if you have followed until this point. Yeah, you really done great job. So right now we will do a simple thing. It is a 2-minute thing, but yeah, it will cover a very important concept called as trigger. So right now, suppose I want to add a level win condition into my game. So what I can do is I will simply create an empty game object. Like, I'm not gonna repeat this again. I have repeated it tons of time, don't worry. So I will simply call as a door. So it will act as a door, right? So for now, I will again assign a sprite renderer. Oops, my bad. Sprite renderer, and I will simply attach a square sprite into it. But yeah, the color of this will be some kind of gold, like something different than the player and a wall, right? So this will act as our level win trigger. So I will keep it here. I will just tweak its length if possible, 0.5. Yeah, I hope this is looking like a door, but don't worry, the video is not about how to make the assets and how to make art, right? We are here to develop a game. So artists will give you a beautiful door, but consider this is as a door itself. But yeah, so right now our door is set up. So what we need to do is we need to add a collider into it. First of all, box collider 2D. Yeah. So but now here you can see we are using a trigger. So what we can do is we will use is trigger boolean, and we will check this. If you can click here, there will be a small tick. So now this collider will act as a trigger where you can see our player can touch it, but the collision will not get simulated. So I will tell you a quick difference of a collider and a trigger. So right now our player moment is ready, right? So I am just pressing right arrow. I am continuously pressing right arrow, but my player is not crossing the boundary of a wall because wall has a collider, right? And here you can see I'm gonna touch this door, but it will not get impacted to our player. So here you can see our player can walk literally around into this door. So yeah, there is a collider, but there won't be any simulation of the collision, and this door will not restrict our player to cross into it. As simple as that. Simple use case of the trigger is like collecting a power ups. So where you don't want an impact of collision, but you want to collect a power up. On the other hand, the walls need to impact a collision. Here you can go for a walls. Like if you observe a wall, we have unchecked it. Like suppose like this is the wall, and suppose in a runtime, like whatever changes you are making in a playtime will not get saved. So I will quickly turn this wall, like this is a what I can say, downward wall, like downward wall, just call it as, and I will just turn this collider into a trigger. So now you will see the changes. So now this wall will not restrict my player. Here you can see my player passed that wall. So this is a different use case of a collider and a trigger. So trigger allows a player to pass through it, simply use for power ups or where you want to like spawn something. Suppose player is crossing some area and you want to spawn enemies, but player should not detect that he has collided with something. Then you can go for a trigger. You can simply create triggers which are purely invisible, and when player passes that, you can spawn enemies. And when you want to detect a collision, when you want to impact of the collision, uncheck that is trigger box, so your colliders will act as a colliders itself, so they won't become trigger. So as simple as that, we have set up a trigger. So what I will quickly do is I will add a simple script. So for door, just don't worry what is a tag. So I will gonna create a tag. So how to create a tag? Just click here and add a tag. There is a list is empty, so hit plus and say the door tag. Okay, so the now this door will have a tag of door. So what is the use case of a tag? We will quickly cover. I'm quickly opening a player controller script. So this is our public, this is our update method. Forget about it. I guess we don't need start, so I'm removing it. So make sure you are writing this after the update, not inside the update. I guess on trigger enter, yeah, on trigger enter 2D. So this is the method created by the Unity itself. So what it does is, whenever our player is entering into that trigger, this method will get triggered into that frame itself. So suppose my player is coming into a door and my player has touched that trigger, or like in this case, my player has touched the door. At that moment exactly, this method will get fired. So suppose I want to debug something, debug.log. So this is something called as debug.log, where you can debug your code and you can see, okay, the execution of the code has reached up to this point. So I will simply say level complete exclamations. Okay, so what will happen when our player is touching this trigger / door, in our case, this debug.log will get shown in our console window. I will quickly show you, as simple as that. I will quickly show what is the name of a method, on trigger enter 2D. So there are a bunch of different methods: on trigger enter 2D, on trigger exit 2D, on trigger stay 2D. As the name suggests, everyone have a different use cases. Don't worry much about it. We will cover all those in a later stage anyways. So I'm coming back to the Unity again. So I'm gonna quickly play it. So just take a look at, I'm just gonna move my face. So here is our console. I'm just moving here and there, nothing is happening, but just observe it quickly. Whenever I'm gonna touch this yellow door, the debug log will appear. Yeah, level complete. Voila. So yeah, that was the target for today, and I hope you have enjoyed this session. Yeah, we will meet you in tomorrow's session, and where we will be building more kind of UI. Like we will add a simple UI saying, hey, level complete, congratulations, something like that. We will add some restart button so we can again play this game. So yeah, as simple as that. And we will add some cool obstacles as well. So suppose if our player is touching that obstacle, our player should die, something like that. So yeah, tomorrow's day will also gonna be very what I can say, exciting. So yeah, thanks a lot. Bye bye.